Hi. Hey. What's up, Leaflets? I didn't see you there. I am awfully tired today. I don't know. Something's got me lately. I don't think I'm sick or anything, but I'm scared to be naked after waking up. Now, unfortunately, N-Bar doesn't have a whole lot of storage space, so I kind of gotta sleep in my clothes most of the time. Doesn't help with all the snow. Oh, damn, true. Of course, ever since we got the arsenal chain, as I like to call it, uh, it's been a little easier. Before then, we had to store all of the weapons and materials that we collected, and Bar's saddlebag tackle box thing was getting overloaded. You okay? I'm okay. I'm just tired. I don't know, I've been yawning like all day. It's that end of the year kind of lull, you know what I mean? So we're in between the holidays, and it's just kind of, it's like aggressively chill. It's just sleepy. Which wouldn't be a problem for you guys because I'm the one reading the story tonight, but if I fall asleep in the middle of reading it, that could be a bit of an issue. Okay. Anyway, congratulations, Clay, on claiming first. It was nice to catch you live earlier today. That was fun. Are you falling asleep soon too? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. A little scattered. But, couple of things of note. The Twitch bonus round is still going on until January 2nd. If you gift 5 subs to any of your favorite streamers, you'll get bonus subs on top of that, and the more that you gift, the better your chances to get even more gifted. Although, I don't know how true that is exactly, because I've seen a few people gift 5 subs and get something like 10 or 20 on top of those 5, which is crazy. Happy to see you there. Even next to oh, that's don't sweat that. I get the low energy kind of vibes. Believe me. I like to be as energetic as I can on stream because I feel like that's more engaging, it's more entertaining. But there are some people that I see like Cat Dragons, to name one, Phillian, who else? A bunch of other streamers, especially VTubers that I see that are. They seem so high energy all the time. I just can't keep up. I can't do it, man. I can't. I wish I could. Believe me, I wish I could. But man, I could not keep up with them. Oh my god. I'm too old for this shit. We are once again listening to Merry Christmas, Miss Barnes by Miss Daryl Barnes herself, Starlight Daryl, because I wanted to get more mileage out of the song because it's just beautiful. Daryl's so incredibly good at what she does. It's unbelievable. Also, it's still technically Christmas because lots of people think that the 12 days of Christmas are the days leading up to Christmas. No, that's not true. The 12 days of Christmas start on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is the first day of Christmas, and then it rolls over into the new year, and then the 12th and final day of Christmas is actually a little holiday called Three Kings Day, or Candlemas, which is in the story of Christmas. Jesus is born on Christmas Day, and then the three wise men show up and give him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The three wise men don't show up on Christmas Day. Three wise men see the star in the sky proclaiming his birth, and then they travel to where the star leads them, and it takes them 12 days from Christmas to get there, which is why the holiday is called Three Kings Day, because it's the day that the three kings arrive. And there are other little traditions. We don't really do anything for Three Kings Day. Wise men, not wise kings. Yeah, three wise men, the three kings. It's the, it's mythology. Stories get muddled. There's different names for different things. I sometimes I call them the three wise guys, just because it's funny. Christmas ends when I stop being lazy and take down the tree mid-February. Oh man, mid-February is crazy. That tree's got to be dead by that point, bro. But yeah, we'll the only real tradition we have around Three Kings Day is that we specifically leave up Christmas decorations until Three Kings Day. They don't come down until after that day. But yeah, there's that. There's a little fun fact for you guys, I guess. For those of you who didn't know. What else? I mentioned Twitch bonus round. Today's gonna be the last day of Mythos Monday for 2024. It's the very last Monday of the year. And I'm glad that you guys could join me. I don't know exactly what we're gonna be doing in Fate's Day night for today. I don't recall where the story goes from where we are. I have the Les Trois Rois Mages. I don't know if I pronounced that entirely correctly. I did take a little bit of French when I was in high school. Translate to the Three Mage Kings. Ah. Neat. Do I have... I think I might have closed the tab on my phone that had the the flowchart. So I gotta open it again. Hold on. Let me find this in my browser. Yeah, I don't remember where the Face Day Night anime was at about this point. It might just be another pretty casual kind of a day, which would be good. Or we might run into, like, Caster or somebody, or Ryder. I don't know. I don't remember the routes exactly. Let me see. Shoot that link over to my phone. Very distinctive routes in the game. Yeah, the way that it works is during like the first 3-day prologue sequence, there are certain flags you can trigger. Some of them you have to have beaten the game once already in order to get those flags to trigger anyway. But then if you follow a certain sequence of events early on in the game, it'll set you on one of the 3 main routes. If you've never played the game before, you're stuck on the Fate route no matter what you do. If you played it once before, you'll unlock the Unlimited Bladeworks route, in which case you need to spend a little more time with Reen, and then choose options that like favor her, and then you'll get put onto the Unlimited Bladeworks route. And then if you finish Unlimited Bladeworks, you can choose early options according to Sakura, and you'll get put on the Heaven's Feel route. And they all they all start out mostly the same, but they all vary pretty wildly in the fights that you do, the servants you encounter, and the events that occur. And that's why it's so good, is that it's so varied. It's not like when we did Witch on the Holy Night. Witch on the Holy Night was one story. You had maybe a couple of choices every once in a while, but they didn't affect the outcome of the story. The plot remained the same the whole time. Tsukihime also has different routes. We didn't get a chance to get to them just because we spent so much time reading through the main route of Tsukihime. We're also going to be spending a lot of time reading through Fate's Stay Night. This is going to take up quite a while. quite a few more Mythos Mondays for the future. Once we do finish the Fate route, I'm hoping to go back to Tsukihime to do the second route in that game, and then come back to Fate's Stay Night and do Unlimited Blade Works, and then maybe slip something in between Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel for the future. But we'll see. Anyway, what else? Talking about bonus round. Oh, schedule's been posted both in the Discord and on the Twitter and the Blue Sky. I am going to be live tomorrow, starting pretty late, 9 p.m. my time. I have a collab scheduled with a couple of friends, a couple of new friends, at about 11:30, shortly before midnight. So we'll be ringing in the new year together. But I have a couple of interesting chatting type things to do before then. I got some tier lists. Everybody likes a tier list, right? I like tier lists. It's just interesting content to me. It's like figuring out where you would place certain things. I'm not going to tell you what we're ranking, but I think it's a pretty good idea and very appropriate for New Year's Eve. I could swear there was one more thing. I'm not sure. I could have sworn there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. But yeah, in addition to New Year's stuff, we're going to be kicking off the new year playing Sonic Adventure 2. It's a game I've never played before. I have played Sonic Adventure 1 way back when I was a kid on the GameCube, in fact. But yeah, I've had Sonic Adventure 2 in my library for a long time, and Kage mentioned, I think, while we were playing Twilight Princess, I don't know, when somebody made a joke about it, and I was like, man, I never actually played that game, and then Kage was like, you totally should, and I was like, you know what, maybe I will. So, now we're doing it. So, that'll be for the new year. I also wanted to play Okami again, because of the sequel announcement, but I don't know. I feel like it might be jumping the gun. I played it for the first time early this year. I fell in love with it, like, immediately, because, oh my god, of course I did. But, like, on the one hand, yeah, it would be kind of nice to play it again. It would be almost like a yearly tradition thing, but on the other hand, it's like, I kind of want to wait until Okami 2 gets its official announced, release date. Because then I'll have the opportunity to play it again, and then it will all be, like, fresh in my mind. I'm not like Cinder. I don't know the game like the back of my hand. I've only played it the one time on stream. But I do really like it, and I do want to do a lot of the side quests and the 100% type stuff that we didn't do when we played it the first time. Because when I play games, I tend to hard focus the story and ignore any of the side stuff. And then if I really like the game, I'll go back and do the side stuff in a second playthrough. Which is why I want to do it with Okami in the first place. I just don't know if I want to do it again so soon. I'm really not sure. Because again, the first time that I played it was early this year, and then I'm going to let 1 year go by and then we're going to do it again. I don't know. It feels... I don't know. Part of me feels embarrassed that I don't have as much of a connection to the game. I don't have as long of a connection to the game as a lot of other people who are super excited about the announcement are, because I only ever played it this year. So it's like... And I know that probably sounds really stupid to say. Like, if you like a game, you like a game. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing it. Like... And I even said that if I had played Okami when I was a kid in 2006, oh my god, I would probably have become a VTuber earlier, if I'm being honest. I probably would have done... My life would be very different if I had actually played Okami in 2006. Instead, I was playing Twilight Princess and Kingdom Hearts 2. Man, 2006 was the best year for video games, dude. Come on. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I believe that is everything that I wanted to talk about. Do have some light plans going in for the new year, and I hope that you guys enjoy. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Playing Dot Hack? Ooh. I've never played Dot Hack, but I remember like seeing it on the shelves in friggin' GameStop all the time and being like, man, that looks kind of cool. Maybe I should check it out. And then I never did. I'm really good at I'm really good at not checking out stuff that looks cool. Oh man, I'm like the best at that. All right, anyway, let us jump into the game. Hold on. I'm booting up. I'm booting up. We're getting in there. There you go. Just peeking at the flowchart, it does look like we're gonna have a pretty casual day. Day 5. So get comfy, grab a snack, make some hot cocoa. 'Tis still the season. February 4th, Fate, Day 5, New Life. I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up, my head hazy, to the sensation of cold air on my cheeks. Must be a draft. Huh? I'm in the shed. I get up and shake my head 2-3 times in an effort to wake myself up. Oh, right. I just fell asleep like this. After my nightly routine, training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. From how light it is, it must be just before 6. Crap, I need to get breakfast ready. I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face. So cold. The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is out. Miyama is typically warm even in the winter, but the temps here on the mountainsides get chilly. And I wash my face with ice-cold tap water, which finally gets my mind going. Alright. I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about, like my current situation, come rushing back. Oh, right. I don't have time to putter around washing my face. The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do, but first I need to head back to my room and check on Saber. Yeah, I did leave my room without telling her. I should at least explain myself. I wouldn't want to upset Saber. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I explain myself. Once I talk to Saber, then I should start making breakfast. Tosaka said she doesn't eat breakfast, so I'll just need to make extra for Saber. Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget. There's a sentence I say on like a daily basis. I should write that down before I forget. And sometimes I do, and when I don't, I forget. Forget. Huh. I have this nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something really important. Oh crap, it's already 6. I need to hurry or I won't make it. Well, if I can't remember whatever it was, it probably wasn't important. I slowly open the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night and searching my room. It doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out. Well, that's a letdown. I thought Saber would have noticed. Unless she was just in that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest. Oh, right. Maybe that's what she meant when she said she needs to sleep often. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible, so she can rush right over if something does happen. Whatever the case, it shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. The bounded field would detect any enemy intruders. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give Saber enough time to get to me. Yeah, and the shed has plenty of places for me to hide. Anyway, I don't think I'll get scolded for what I did last night. I thought I would explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I'd hate to wake up if she's still sleeping. Saber, I'm going to go prepare breakfast. I'll make some for you too, but you don't need to get up. You don't need to get up if you're still sleepy. I'll come back, so keep resting if you need to. After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast. And then, morning. You sure get up early. Oh. Tosaka walks in, looking obviously cranky. Tosaka, what's going on? Did something happen? Nothing. I'm always like this in the morning. Don't worry about it. Me too, girl. Tosaka staggers through the living room like a drunken ghost. Hey, are you okay? Your eyes don't look right. I said don't worry about it. I'll wake up once I wash my face. How do I get to the bathroom again? Take that hallway. If you're going to wash your face, there's a washroom in the hallway near the entrance. Tosaka be up all night streaming as a VTuber. If Tosaka was a VTuber, I might have a new Oshi. Don't tell anybody I said that. Alright. I don't know how much she heard, but Tosaka just waves a hand and walks away. And then, the doorbell rings, announcing a guest's arrival. Shiro, someone's here. I hear Tosaka's voice from the hallway. Oh, don't worry about it. The only people who ever come at this hour are family. It's got to be Sakura. She's a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door. Honestly, I keep telling Sakura she doesn't need to ring the bell. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. but she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know she's here. I think that's one of the good things about Sakura, but one of these days she's going to wear herself out from politeness. Hold on. Sakura is here. Crap! I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. Right now I need to rush to the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Tosaka. But it's too late. At the entrance, it's so over. It's so over. Tosaka is greeting the guest, even though I didn't ask her to, and Sakura looks surprised. My boy, you're cooked. Sakura stands at the entrance, and Tosaka is in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense. Good morning, Miss Mato. Are you surprised to see me here? Tosaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura. Miss Tosaka. Sakura is utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tosaka, fear in her eyes. This is bad. I can't manage to get a word out. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt in here. The only thing I can do right now is to try to think how to explain this situation to Sakura, but before I can come up with a good excuse... Senpai, what is the meaning of this? Sakura looks over to me, almost begging for help. Yeah, it's kind of a long story. It's not that complicated. I just started living here. Tosaka's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point. Senpai, is this true? Oh, sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. The short answer is yes. Things happened and now Tosaka's going to be staying here for a while. Sorry for not telling you this earlier, and sorry you got blindsided first thing in the morning. Oh, please do not apologize. I was certainly surprised, but do not worry about it. But what you said earlier, is that... That's right. This is something Shiro and I agreed on together. The head of the household agreed, so it's pretty much a done deal. Do you understand what that means, Miss Mato? Understand what? You seem to have been taking care of Shiro for a while now, but that won't be necessary now. I'd rather you not come here, for your own good. Okay, I gotta save a little face for Tosaka here because she's being a major bitch, but like, she's doing it with a heart of gold. She's trying to force Sakura to not come by anymore because it would be super dangerous. Although, actually, I know that Tosaka knows that the Matos are a mage family, and presumably have a master, who might be Sakura, to Tosaka's knowledge. Although probably not to Tosaka's knowledge, because they just, like, they've been on a decline for, like, generations. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that Tosaka might... On the one hand, Tosaka's probably saying, don't come by because it's going to be dangerous. On the other hand, Tosaka might also be saying, don't come by because we can't trust you. So it's a little column A, a little column B. There are other secrets. There are other secrets between these two. But if you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, I don't know if she needed to be that bitchy about it, because that's kind of really mean. Sakura looks down and falls silent. After a chilling silence. I do not know. Huh? Come again? I said, I do not know what you mean, Miss Tosaka. I like the art on Sakura. Yeah, she's very cute and blushy. Given the shoulder. Yeah, yeah, it's cute. She's a shy girl. Wait, Sakura, you... Please excuse me, Senpai. I will be using your kitchen. Sakura bows to me and walks into the house. She heads towards the living room, heading right past Tosaka and flatly ignoring her. Damn, way to go, girl. Yeah. What? Tosaka just stands there, aghast. I'm no different. I've never seen Sakura act like that, and I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise, but it isn't the only one. Hey, Tosaka, how did you know Sakura always came to my house? I never told you she came by to help me out with the housework. Hmm? Oh, well, I just heard rumors. That was just a coincidence. What's more surprising to me is that she's so energetic and happy here. She's completely different here than when she's at school. Yeah, Tosaka knew. Tosaka knows what Sakura's up to. Tosaka must be really surprised given how annoyed she sounds. Which means Tosaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Sakura seems to know Tosaka too. The two of them appear to have a good senior and underclassman relationship I was unaware of. That's senpai and kohai, if you're a weeb like me. But that aside, actually, I'm surprised too. I've never seen Sakura so snappy before. Sakura's no different here than when she's at school. I'd say what we just saw was out of the ordinary. Huh. Okay. Well, that was bad. I didn't know Sakura was so stubborn. If I'd known, I would have made you explain everything to her, Shiro. She was trying to scare her off, but didn't expect her to stand her ground. Obviously. Compared to Tosaka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better. But what's done is done. And what do you mean this is bad? Of course this is bad. This house might turn into a battlefield. I was harsh with Sakura to try and drive her from the house so innocent people like her won't get caught up in this war. Now it's going to be a lot harder to get her out of here. See? Exactly what I said. She was just trying to be nice. In the meanest way possible. That was you being harsh? I thought you were just bullying her. Hey, is that slander I hear? I was just being honest. But what should we do about Sakura? At this point, she's not going to leave easily. Well, we have to do something. So, does Sakura only come for breakfast? Or do you force her to come here for dinner, too? Stop trying to make it sound bad. Yes, she comes every morning, but not as often for dinner. I see. Now she's going to want to come every night. Huh? Every night? For what? As I tilt my head in confusion, Tosaka sighs in disbelief. Soon after, Tosaka remains in the living room, while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tosaka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like Sakura is mad about Tosaka being here, so things will just get worse if Saber comes out too. Which is why I decide to explain the situation to Saber. So, there you have it. Sakura... Oh, the girl who's here is named Sakura. But she's an ordinary girl, not a mage or anything, so we can't have her getting dragged into the Holy Grail War. If possible, I'd like her to stay away from the house for a while, without ever knowing why. What the hell? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here. Anyway, Sakura's acting real strange this morning. Tosaka's the reason, but I don't want to upset her even more. Well, you see, Sakura's surprised because some stranger's here, so she'll get even angrier if she sees you here. Am I being rude or something here, Saber? Not at all. I understand what you're trying to say, Shiro. You want me to wait here, correct? Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. I'll come back for you right after I see Sakura off. So you can eat breakfast then. Saber nods quietly. I'm so glad Saber's so understanding. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back. Shiro. What's up, Saber? You have no obligation to explain yourself in situations like this, but you should calm down a bit. Your words and behavior are noticeably disordered. Am I panicked? Yes, you are. If you intend to return to the living room, I suggest you calm yourself before you do so. Saber's advice is given in her usual tone. And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened. Here you go, Senpai. And would you like some too, Miss Tosaka? Sakura hands me my bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated. At least on the surface. Okay, I'll take a bowl. Tosaka hesitates a little before accepting a rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts bowls of miso soup, egg omelet, and other dishes on the table. Tosaka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed. Tosaka, I thought you didn't eat breakfast. If someone makes it for me, I'll eat it. It's only polite, you know. Well, as long as you're okay with it, then let's eat. And sorry I made you get everything ready, Sakura. Please don't worry about it. This is my job. I'll start eating too. Lucky you, making your junior classmen prepare breakfast for you. Who died and made you king to deserve that kind of treatment? Well, I'll grill you about that later. For now, let's eat. The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast. You know, I just had a thought that Shiro could possibly have excused both Saber and Rin's appearances at his house by saying, well, exactly what he says about Saber to other people, that she's a distant relative of Kiritsugu. And that just maybe she knows Tosaka from some overseas sort of thing, loosely associated with the Mages Association. Would undercut that part, but yeah, this could have been handled a lot better. But then again, everybody here is just a teenager, so fucking whatever. Except for Saber, I guess she's technically occupying a teenager's body, but she's also technically like hundreds of years old, but also not, because of her physical manifestation was only like a day or two ago. I'm gonna move on. Wow, that was a really long silence, and I made it even more awkward by talking. 3 whole ellipses. I love it here. Damn, nobody's talking. I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually pretty light on conversation. Sakura and I aren't really all that talkative, so it's no shock meals are so quiet. But why does breakfast feel so chaotic every day? I'm confused. I am sorry about that. I don't think I can remedy the situation. Wait a minute. I get another nagging feeling. Senpai? Was the fish too salty for you this morning? I don't think I could imagine eating fish for breakfast. Maybe if it was fried. Because then it's like a pancake, basically, just with fish. Or like an omelet, I don't know. That's not it. But I just have this bad feeling like I'm forgetting something. What could it be? I try to convince myself that it's probably not important since I can't remember, but I feel like that's a terrible mistake. I'm gripped by the sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something. Oh well, I bet it's not that big a deal. I try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then... Morning! Oh man, I overslept. Fujine comes bursting in. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this? I guess I tried to just forget my problems rather than deal with them. Shiro, food! Fujine situates herself in her normal spot. Good morning, Fujimura-sensei. They said at the same time, like it's a freaking classroom. Sorry, that was that was cute and funny. The two greet her in unison, like the friggin' like the Overlook Hotel twins. Alright. Relax. Wasn't that funny? Jeez. Chill out. Here you go, Miss Fujimura. It's not much, but please dig in. Sakura hands her a rice bowl with a usual smile. Fujine takes a bowl and tilts her head in confusion. She senses something strange, but doesn't know exactly what it is. Fujine quietly chews her food. And after finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear. Hey Shiro, why is Tosaka here? She's going to stay here for a while starting today. I stick to the facts. Tosaka does some pretty weird stuff. Yeah, she's a strange one. The way she is at school, she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You don't say. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah? She's gonna be spending the night here from today on. Fujine seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. Uh-oh! What do you mean, staying with you? The table suddenly flips violently. Luckily, Sakura is sitting out of the path of the flying food, while Tosaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So, I'm the only one who ended up splattered. Taiga! Yow, that's hot! What the hell, Fujine? Don't you realize there's hot miso soup, piping hot rice, and scorching meatballs in a pot? You burn me. You burn me if you spill those on me. Hey, why are we having food from a hot pot for breakfast anyway? Shut your mouth! What are you thinking, Shiro? What, are you hoping to be the pro-tag of a rom-com, letting a girl stay over at your house? Ah, I can't even laugh at a joke that's sick. See, it's funny you should mention being the protagonist of a rom-com, because Fate Stay Night was originally going to be a H novel. And we are the protagonists, so... She's being so real right now. Yeah. I wasn't trying to make you laugh, and... Ow, that really stings. I'm actually getting burned here. Sakura, get me a towel. Here you go. I got you a cold wet towel, senpai. Thank you, Sakura. You're so reliable. Oh, precious. Thanks. Oh, I just found a chicken meatball in my shirt, and it's freaking hot. Never had a chicken meatball. That'd probably be pretty good. Forget the towel. You need to explain yourself, Shiro. This isn't some sick joke, is it? Of course not. You know I don't like to kid around about these things, right? Anyway, Tosaka's staying here. Complain all you want, but it's already been decided, so there's not much point. Objection! I don't know what your intention is, but I can't allow it. Big Sister will not allow you to live with a girl under your roof. There it is. A big sis energy. Fujine roars like a tiger. Well, that went about how I expected. Fujine's my guardian, and she's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of the situation with 100 whacks from a wooden sword, or even 100 cuts from a real one. But unfortunately, I have to find a way to live with this. Can you just let this go? I'm not doing anything wrong, and Tosaka and I aren't in that kind of relationship. It's just... we kind of ended up in this situation by accident. And I'm letting her use one of the rooms here for now. Shiro, I feel like the last word you wanted to use in this situation was accident. I think that was probably the worst thing you could have said. Does anybody... Am I crazy? Saying we have a situation that came up by accident is the worst possible thing that you could say. Shut up! I will not allow it! I won't allow her to stay. I don't know what's going on with Tosaka, but send her home stat. Santa baby. Something like that. It is like February 5th or something in game, so Valentine's Day's coming up. She's not even willing to listen. This is bad. I guess she's not as easy to convince as I thought. Miss Fujimura, you say you do not approve of me staying here, but I already stayed over last night. You are not helping. You can't. The hard cut on the music, dude. You can't do that to me. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm chill. Tosaka's so casual about how she puts it. Her words seem to be like cold water dumped over Fujine's head. The German suplex incoming. Come again? Like I said, Emiya let me stay over last night. Well, actually, I've been here since Saturday evening, so I've technically stayed over 2 nights already. Right now, I'm staying in one of the guest rooms in the outbuilding, and my luggage is already there. What do you think, Miss Fujimura? I'm already staying here at this point. The color drains from Fujine's face. Shiro, how dare you! Did you not even consider how Kiritsugu would have reacted if he was around? What he would have thought? My old man would have definitely been happy about it. Something about a man's worth or whatever. I can't even argue that. Kiritsugu was definitely a ladies' man. I get it. So, he passed his bad habits down to you. Shiro, you goddamn idiot! Fujine grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect girls. I'm not as chivalrous as my old man was, but I still agree. Even so... What? You want me to help you out? Guys have it pretty tough, though. Because of my chivalrous upbringing, I do have to keep in mind that, cold-hearted as she is, Rin is still a girl. I beg of you. I can't get out of this myself. I need your silver tongue here. I nod in Tosaka's direction while Fujine shakes me. Okay, I'll make this quick. Miss Fujimura, the only thing you'll get from shaking Emiya is a weak squeak, so please stop. If you keep it up, you might even shake the breakfast out of him. If you think that look on your face is going to scare me, you've got another thing coming. Tosaka, I'm an educator, and Shiro's instructor, so I would never approve of you staying over this house. Fujine takes her hands off of me and turns toward Tosaka. It must be her feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Tosaka would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me. Why? There are plenty of students in our school who live in boarding houses. Isn't developing and nurturing students' independence part of our school's mission? It's a bold play, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Don't try to lean on fancy words to intimidate me. Besides, using this place as like a boarding house isn't going to nurture your independence. This place is practically a dream house, with food always magically being served to you, practically sparkling clean, and the bath is always full of warm water. Staying here will just spoil you. Fujine. That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher. Besides, students who live far away are the only ones who typically live in boarding houses. Your house, while it's further than here, is still close enough to commute. Even Sakura commutes from your side of the neighborhood, so there's no need for you to stay here, boarding house or not. Well, you see, my house is currently undergoing a major renovation. It's an old building, so a lot of places are practically falling apart. I was thinking of staying in a hotel until the renovations were finished, but I ran into Emiya and told him about my situation. He mentioned that it would be a waste of money, and offered to let me stay here. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break just because we've got ads coming up in about 30 seconds here. But yeah, that was a surprisingly smooth recovery. Maybe Tosaka really does have a silver tongue. I'm also feeling rather famished, so I'm probably going to step out and grab a quick snack as soon as these ads go off. We won't switch to the BRB screen or anything though. We'll just be here. I'll be gone for like a couple of seconds. No worries. I did eat before stream, but I guess I didn't eat enough because I'm still very hungry. All right, I'll step out now. Ads will start rolling before I get back. Not that you're gonna be seeing any of the ads, Clay. You have a sub, so. But anyway. Okay, that was a little bit longer than a minute, but I got the last of the Christmas cookies, and I got some chicken, so that ought to tide me over for a while. I gotta get more comfortable with eating on stream. I really don't like doing it, but like, especially for tomorrow, if we're gonna be streaming all night into the new year, I'm gonna want like snacks. Alright. Where were we? That does sound like something Shiro would say. Yes, I was surprised by his offer since I hardly know him, but living in a hotel really would be a waste of money, and that would be especially unstudent-like of me. So I thought it would be more beneficial and educational for me to stay at Emiya's house instead. Fujine groans. Tosuka's answer and mannerisms are textbook. There's no room for Fujine, teacher that she is, to object. I understand now. But there is still one issue. You and Shiro are the opposite sex, and I still don't love the idea of you two staying together under the same roof. And what are you concerned about, Miss Fujimura? Well, you know, you're pretty, and Shiro's a guy, so I wouldn't want anything inappropriate to happen. That should not be an issue. My room is at the far end of the outbuilding, while Emiya's room is in the Japanese-style room near the shed. Our rooms are about 20 meters away, and that distance shouldn't really create any issues. Well, the outbuilding does lock from the inside, and it's like a separate house. You see? Or do you not trust Emiya? You mentioned that you're Shiro's instructor. That would mean you know him better than I do. If you say he's the type of character who might do something like that, I may need to reconsider staying here. And throwing Shiro under the bus. Classic. Don't be silly. Shiro is an upright gentleman. He would never make a girl cry. Then there's nothing to worry about. I believe I can stay here without needing to worry because I trust Emiya too. Fujine starts losing steam. Check and mate, Tosuka. There are a few things Fujine could have responded to, but I'm sure Tosuka would have had no trouble talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tosuka has officially gained citizenship in this house. Delightful. And then, breakfast ends. As expected, Fujine gave up after Tosuka talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements a secret at school, while Fujine would supervise us at home. With that decided, Fujine got really excited knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, and she left for school in a good mood. After breakfast ended, I called out to Saber before I leave for school. Saber, calm as always, says, "Follow Rin's directions at school. And please seek me out if you are ever in danger. That is how I will know my master is in a dire situation." She returns to her room. It's time to go to school. Then let's get going. I don't know this area very well, so maybe you can show me some shortcuts to school. Rin Tosuka is in her school uniform standing next to me. My image of her as an honor student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in her uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking enough. On top of that, Senpai, I finished locking up the house. Sakura is coming with me too. Sakura typically goes to school with Fujine because she's a member of the Kyudo Club. But this morning, Sakura stayed put in the living room. helped clean up after breakfast and waited for me to go to school. Hmm? Did you give Sakura a key to your house, Shiro? I did. Sakura's never done anything bad, and she's been a big help to me all this time. So, with all that in mind, I can't give you a spare key, but that won't bother you, right? I don't mind. But what's that supposed to mean? You do bad stuff. You probably don't even need a key anyway. I'm not foolish enough to make something so unnecessary. That's kind of fucked up. Oh, is that so? Fine, you're right. I won't need something like that anyway. Tosaka turns her head, huffing. Maybe I'm just getting used to her, but I'm starting to find these mannerisms of hers fascinating. It's called being a tsundere. What's wrong, Sakura? If you're done locking up, let's go. We got Tosaka this morning too, so I want to get to school as early as possible. Yes, you're right. We should go, if you insist. Sakura's reply is pretty unenthusiastic, and she trails behind us. This isn't good. Sakura has seemed down ever since Tosaka convinced Fujine to back off. Fujine might have consented, but I have a feeling Sakura isn't convinced. I probably need to talk to her. Yeah, I should find a way to give these two time to get along and be friends. The sloped road is packed with students. It's 7:30, which is the busiest time for students getting to school. Among the flock of students, I stand out, and I can feel everyone's stares since I'm in pretty famous company. Maybe she forgot something, but Tosaka's been quiet the entire time. What's wrong, Tosaka? You've been acting weird ever since we reached the hill. Yeah? Am I acting odd this morning? No, you're not odd, but your behavior is. Senpai, that is contradictory. I do not believe that was what Miss Tosaka was asking. Huh? Then what was Tosaka asking? Everyone is staring at Miss Tosaka, so she was worried there was something wrong with her appearance. Isn't that right? Yeah. Do I look weird to you, Sakura? It's weird. I may have been sleepy this morning, but I still blow-dried my hair. And I don't think there's a single wrinkle in my uniform. Maybe I have bags under my eyes because I slept in a new unfamiliar place last night. I feel that, girly. If I first night sleeping in a new, like in a hotel room or something, it's always rough for me. Except when I went to TwitchCon, because I was in transit for like some 13 or 14 hours, and I was fucking cooked. I slept like a baby. Anyway. What are you yelling at me for? It's not my fault you couldn't sleep, and even if that's why you got bags under your eyes, it's no big deal. Just forget it. How dare you? Girls care about their appearance from the moment they're born. I've always tried so hard to look perfect, at least on the outside, but I guess my streak ends today. Again, why are you yelling at me? I don't know what's going on here, but Tosaka, it's definitely not my fault. Take your frustrations out on someone or something else. Please do not worry, Miss Tosaka. You are as beautiful today as always. Gib Cape. What's up, Jibs? Everyone's staring at you because you were with us, since you never come to school with anyone before. So that's why I'm being treated like this? I'm not insulted, but I thought I'd figure out how school works after 10 years. I guess there's still some mysteries left at school for me. Up is that way? Thanks. Thanks. Very, very... very educational. I think I'll head up there now. Goodbye, everyone. Oh. There we go. Nice knowing you. I'm back! Sorry about the audio. Oh my goodness! I must go, my people need me. Y'all are funny. Excuse me. Got something itchy in my gob. How's the game been? Pretty good so far. Pretty. Well, I was gonna say pretty casual, but we did have that one moment with Taiga. Tosaka ponders this seriously. Hold on. What kind of person ignores someone telling them they're as beautiful as always? You really don't get it, do you? Of course people will notice if you come to school with someone, especially if that person is a guy. You almost had it. Exactly. But Miss Tosaka really doesn't care about that kind of thing. That's why there have never been any romantic rumors about her. My phone is dying and I'm falling asleep. Have a nice dream. I'll try to be there tomorrow. Good night, Clay. Get some good rest. I understand if you can't pop in tomorrow. I know we're starting pretty late your time, so don't sweat it if you can't make it. And that goes for the rest of you too. If you can't make it, don't ever feel bad. I appreciate you having you here, but like, I know people got other stuff going on, obviously. Huh. That's good to know. That means there's only been one victim who was taken in by her appearance and suffered the consequences. I whisper that part to Sakura as we walk a bit behind Tosaka, who still looks puzzled. We walk through the school gate, stairs following us the whole way. I only need to endure the stairs a little longer, since we'll all separate once we get into the school building. I'm not really up to seeing the source of my headache first thing in the morning. Tosaka mutters to herself as we head toward campus. Following Tosaka's gaze, I see a familiar face pushing his way through the crowd of students. Shinji. Oh, it's my brother. Sakura shivers at the sight of him. Shinji acts like he doesn't see us. Instead, he makes a beeline for Sakura and says, "Why didn't you come to the dojo?" Who do you think you are, taking a day off without telling me? No, not crank that, not Shinji crank that soldier boy. That's a good Shinji. This is a bad Shinji. That we fucking hate this guy. He's an ass. I want him dead. But still, crank that. Shinji raises his hand. Instinctively. Yo, Shinji. Working hard first thing in the morning, huh? Uncrank that soldier boy. Man, I'm a fucking giggle, you bitch, today, bro. I'm laughing at everything. I relax. I grab his hand and greet him. Emiya? You. So you were at Emiya's house again, Sakura. Yes, I went to help Senpai, but that's... That is your duty as his junior to do that? That's such bullshit. You have no responsibility to help a guy who hurt himself. Your job is to listen to me. Shinji huffs as he lowers his hand. I have no reason to hold on to his hand if he's not going to hit Sakura, so I let go. You take some kind of sick pleasure in getting in our way, Emiya. Sakura is a member of the Kyudo Club, so stop forcing her to do shit for you that makes her skip practice, okay? I don't have a response to that. Having Sakura come to my place to make breakfast does hold her up in the mornings. That's not true. I help Senpai out because I want to. I think you're going a bit too far, brother. Oh, there's Shinji to the woman. That was Shiki with Arcwid, not Shiji. There wasn't another Shinji and Tsukihime, was there? I don't think there was. There was a guy wrapped in bandages who showed up like twice, and I don't remember his name. And he seemed like he'd be really important, and then he kind of wasn't. I do wonder about that guy. Probably has something to do with the church. Anyway. Too far. That's my line, Sakura. So what if Emiya lives alone? If he says he's fine alone, you can just leave him be. I bet Emiya's more relaxed that way anyway. That's a terrible thing to say. Fine. But no more going to Emiya's house from now on. You didn't come to practice even though I told you to, so you should be ready for some punishment. I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. It looks like I'm smiling, but I'm actually grimacing. I want to kill him. I want to kill him so bad. Sakura gasps and freezes. Shinji tries to grab Sakura to pull her away, but the instant he does... Morning, Mato. I thought I'd just listen and not get involved, but that's quite the conversation you're having. Tosaka. Why are you with Sakura? Shouldn't be that big of a surprise. Sakura is Emiya's friend, and I'm an acquaintance of Emiya's. That's why the three of us walked to school this morning. Did you not notice? What? You know Emiya? That's right. As a matter of fact, we're good enough friends that we might keep going home and coming to school together, which is why I'm considering being friends with Sakura, too. With Emiya? Shinji glares at me. It might be my imagination, but I feel murderous intent from him that goes way beyond just animosity. And while I haven't really been getting along with Shinji lately, I don't remember doing anything that would make him resent me anywhere near this much. Don't be ridiculous. This is a bad joke, Tosaka. There's no way you would hang around a guy like Emiya. Oh, I know. You probably got it all wrong. Yeah, sure, I was friends with Emiya before, but we're not anymore. Emiya and I are long since done being friends, so you don't gain anything by being friendly with him. This motherfucker did not just assume that she's trying to get close to Shiro so that she can get closer to him. Ain't no way, bro. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god, dude. Fuck Shinji, bro. I fucking hate... I like, actually really hate him, but I also just fucking hate him. You ever hate somebody in two different ways? Oh my god. I hate him because he's actually evil, and we'll find out more about that in a long time. It's gonna take us a long time to get there. But we'll find out why he's actually evil. But I also hate him because he's just a dick. God, he's a pretty good villain. Is that so? Well, that's a relief, since I never had the slightest interest in you. Fucking gut him! Gut him, Tosaka! Fucking get his ass! Oh, this is better than any fight we've read through so far. Yeah, that sound was enough. I don't need to read that line. Y'all felt that. I feel bad for Shinji. If I were in his shoes, Tosaka's words would be traumatic enough I probably wouldn't recover for a good while. Why, you... Oh, and by the way, Mato, about your conversation earlier. I thought morning practices for the Kyudo Club were voluntary. I've never heard that you needed permission to be absent. I'm sure this would be news to Miss Fujimura and Ayako as well. He deserves so much worse than this, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know. Every time Shinji's on screen, I fucking... Oh, my fists are balled. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him like Anakin said to Obi-Wan. Shut up. It's none of your business what an older brother tells his little sister. Don't poke your nose into our family affairs. Oh, I completely agree. And that's why you shouldn't have anything to say about Emiya's home, either. Honestly, you've got some nerve, causing a scene like this so early in the day, Mato. God. Man, I know some things that make that line so much more powerful. Rin, you are cool as they come. Shinji retreats a step, still glaring at Sakura and me in the process. Fine. I forgive you for this morning. But you won't get a second chance, Sakura. If something like this happens again, I'll put you in your place once and for all. Calm down, son. He's just a drawing. Okay. Shinji heads towards the school building after making his big pronouncement. He's turned tail and run after Tosaka gave him such a dressing down. I'm so sorry, Senpai. My brother was so rude to you. Sakura is apologizing not just to me, but to Tosaka as well. Don't worry about it. It was actually a nice way to start the day. The gears in my head are oiled up and turning at full speed now. I love a good argument, you know. We know. And I should be the one apologizing. I might have gone a bit too far. He still has a reputation to think about, and I shouldn't have said something like that in front of everyone at school, you know. Tosaka, he does not need any help in tarnishing his reputation. Believe you me. If Mato acts all down from this, go ahead and cheer him up. Pass her a megaphone? Yeah, I agree. And tell him he can spar with me anytime he likes. Yes. If brother hasn't learned anything from this incident, then please spar with him again, Miss Tosaka. Relieved, Sakura smiles cheerfully. Aww. Tosaka seems suddenly bashful and looks away. And you too, Senpai. Please try not to get mad at him either. Your brother's only friend. With friends like these. I know. It's probably impossible for me not to get mad, but I've known Shinji like that since forever. I can see us getting close again at some point, so I'll take baby steps with him. Yes, I look forward to seeing that happen, Senpai. Sakura quickly bows. Yeah. The only thing I get really mad at Shinji is the way he treats his sister like crap. Yeah. Shiro, if you only knew. God. Excuse me. Let's have another good day today, Senpai. Sakura heads to the first-year floor. Tosaka and I climb the stairs to the second-year floor. Can I get that one again? Can we go? Can I get that one again? Can I? I don't know if I could make that sound if I tried. I can't even focus. No, no. Okay, anyway. And run right into the student council president. Why are you with Tosaka, Shiro Emiya? Oh, good morning, Ryudo. What kind of greeting is Ho-wo? Oh. No, that's... No, that's not how he said it. He said... Alright, I'm done. I'm okay, I'm done. Whew. I'm good, I'm cool. I woke up feeling like something was off this morning, but I never thought it could be this dire. Just come over here, Emiya. Staying so close to Tosaka might poison you. Issei tugs on my arm, hard. Tosaka looks at Issei and me without a word, and then walks towards Class 2A as if nothing happened. Go right on ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Tosaka silently passes by. But then... Shiro, rooftop, lunch. I don't, whatever you say, ma'am. She whispers that to me so Issei won't hear. Bing bong bong bing. Bong bing bing bong. It's lunchtime. After seeing Tosaka and me in the morning, Issei hasn't been speaking to me. He's been treating me like a traitor. I guess I went too far. I feel just a bit of regret. Issei interrogated me about why I was with Tosaka this morning, and my response was, we got close over the weekend. That was not a great idea. I expected Issei's next set of questions to be about how and why we got close, but before I could explain further, Issei staggered away. Well, I guess that works to my advantage, since I need to do things alone for a while. Having fewer people involved will make things easier. Anyway, first thing I need to do is... We gotta do what she told us. I gotta be very obedient. I promised to meet Tosaka. It may have been her dictating it to me, but she probably has something to talk about. I buy lunch and head to the rooftop. The rooftop is typically packed with other students when it's warmer, but it's deserted in the winter chill. Although winter in Fuyuki is comparatively warmer, the rooftop gets unbearably cold. So the only people exposed to the cold wind are myself and... You're late! What was the holdup? Tosaka, shivering in the shadows. I'm sorry I'm late. I felt bad, so I brought you something to make up for it. But I guess you don't need it. I show her the warm canned coffee I bought, and I put it back in my pocket. You may look unsophisticated, but you're pretty considerate. I did it because I felt like it. And come on, go a little further over there. It's windier over here, and people might see us. I hand her the canned coffee as I head towards the back where I won't be seen. We won't be as conspicuous here, and there's no way anyone from the 4th floor would see us. Thanks. Next time, I prefer tea. And I like instant milk tea. Other than that, you'll get no thanks from me, so be warned. Got it. If I remember next time, that is. So, why'd you call me here? Considering we're meeting where there's nobody else around, I assume you want to talk about you-know-what. Of course! What else would we talk about other than that? Yeah, you're right. So, what's up? Why are you acting so nonchalant? British. I think she is of Eastern or Western descent. The Tosakas. I think, right? Yeah, because a lot of her spells she speaks German, so I think she is of Germanic descent. I think. Well, it's cold. I want you to make it. I want you to make this short. Aren't you cold too, Tosaka? What? Of course I am! I was planning on getting this over with real quick too. Yep, I figured. I was just stating the obvious, so she really doesn't need to yell at me like that. Oh, fine. Then I'll get right to the point. Shiro, what were you thinking of doing after school? She's so silly. I love her. She's my favorite. After school? I really don't have any plans, honestly. If I need to help out the student council, I'll help, but if not, I'll go to my part-time job. Why are you looking so confused? If you have something to say, just tell me. I'll try to address it. Honestly, I may not care what really happens to you, but I guess I'll give you a warning. We have formed an alliance, and you're just too inexperienced as a mage. That again? I'm sick of hearing how inexperienced of a mage I am. I'm actually sensitive about that, so don't bully me. I'm not bullying you. I just want to point out how ignorant you are because you don't seem to notice there's a bounded field set up around the school. What? A bounded field at the school? Hold on, a bounded field at school, does that mean... You got it. It's a bounded field set up by some other master. It's been cast over a wide area, and if it gets activated, it'll pretty much enclose the entire school grounds. It's intended to steal the flesh and blood from all the people within the bounded field. It looks like it's still at its beginning stages, but haven't you noticed how listless everyone seems? Now that she mentioned it, I felt a little strange 2 days ago, but was that why? But that means there's a master at school? Exactly. We have an enemy lurking here. Do you get it now, Emiya? If you're not prepared, you'll die. My relaxed demeanor fades and I tense up. So, do you know who this master is, Tosaka? No. I have some ideas, but I don't have solid proof. Well, actually I do know there's another mage in this school, but a mage isn't necessarily a master. There are cases where amateurs become masters like you, so I can't be sure. I'm still a mage and not a complete amateur, and... Hey, hold up. Did you just say there's another mage at the school? Yep. But I don't sense any indication they're a master. I checked right away, but they don't have a command spell, but they don't have command spells, and I didn't sense the presence of a servant. If they're hiding it really well, that's another matter, but I'm pretty sure they're not a master. Which is why I think the master here is someone who knows only a little bit of magecraft, like you. I've been feeling a bit of magical energy other than ours here recently. That has to be the enemy master, but it's not enough to track. A master who's not a mage, huh? You must be very sure if you're bringing it up. I believe you, but I didn't know there were so many mages in our school. It's actually not that many. It's just me and that other mage. You know how mages value their lineage, right? If two families put down roots in a small town like this area, they couldn't help knowing each other. Is that what happens? But I didn't know anything about your family. Your household is an exception. Your father had to have alienated himself from the association and been sort of a lone wolf. He probably settled here because he just liked it, but this city is under the Tosaka family's jurisdiction. If we had found out, we would have taken everything from him. So I guess he was in hiding to avoid exactly that. $10 says it's Soldier Boy, don't hold me to... Man... I mean, that's not a bet that you want me to take anyway, because I know who it is. You're just gonna have to find out. Imagine Imagine we get to it and it is Soldier Boy, and I pranked you. Heh. Yeah, this game came out in like 2004. I don't think Soldier Boy was even... Well... I would crash. A reasonable crash. What the heck do you mean about taking everything from him? Curious? I'll come and collect from you once you're properly trained, so look forward to it. Jeez, what a facade you put up. Some honor student you are, you imposter. Susmogus. Oh, is there something wrong with that? Maintaining appearances is a part of a mage's job description. Because, you know, I'm the Tosuka family's heir, so I have to act like the perfect honor student, or I wouldn't be able to face my father in heaven. Mages go to heaven? I think Kide would disagree on that. What? Your father? He died when I was young. Well, he lived a long and fulfilling life, so I'm not really that sad about it. Damn. Tosuka smiles, as if saying that's just how it goes when you have a mage for a father. But that's a lie. You're sad when someone dies. All the more if that person is your parent. Saying that it can't be helped because someone is a mage is no excuse to just gloss over it. Well, you're right. I can't really argue that. You're absolutely right. As she says that, Tosuka opens up the canned coffee she'd been using as a hand warmer until now. She drinks her coffee in small sips. I expected her to take a big gulp, honestly, but she's pretty feminine when it comes to things like this. Back on topic. There are only 2 mages in Fuyuki. The other masters are either from outside, or they are irregulars who were chosen to be masters because they know just a little magecraft. Is that so? So according to Tosuka, I'm quite the irregularity. I got that, but if there's a master who barely started learning magecraft, they probably wouldn't be able to create a bounded field like this one. It may not be the master. The servant might have put up the bounded field. Servants can't choose their masters. If a servant ends up with a master like you, their only chance of winning would be if they came up with strategies themselves. Probably. I hate to think of it that way, but I can't argue. Good. I like it when you're so accepting. So, about this bounded field, it's quite advanced. It's pretty much at the level of magic, and if there were a mage here who could create something like this, they wouldn't be able to conceal their presence or magical energy. So I believe this bounded field is the work of a servant. The works of a servant, huh? That must mean the master isn't as dangerous. That's not necessarily true. Whether they're mages or not, whoever it is, they don't know the proper rules. They're almost certainly the type to immediately try to kill any master they find. Huh? Not know the rules? The rules of the Holy Grail War? No, rules of just being a human being. If they're making their servant create a bounded field like this, they just flat out don't know right from wrong. Listen, Shiro. Once this bounded field is complete and activated, it'll dissolve and absorb everyone inside. Think of it like they're in the belly of some creature. Or rather, we might not be affected by it because we're protecting ourselves with magical energy, but anybody who doesn't possess magical energy will weaken and die without their knowing. This is way beyond just involving ordinary citizens. The moment this bounded field is activated, everyone in this school will die. Do you understand? There's a master in this school who is willing to make a bounded field this awful. My vision blurs momentarily. I take a deep breath so I can make sure I fully comprehend what Tosaka's trying to say. But it stops there. I attempt to imagine the worst possible outcome, even if my imaginings may fall short, and I keep that image deep within my heart and accept the position I've been placed in. I get what you're trying to say. So Tosaka, can't we try to destroy this bounded field? I tried, but it was impossible. I found all the sources for it, but I can't destroy them. The only thing I can do is temporarily weaken the sources to delay the whole thing from activated. So as long as you're here, the bounded field can't fully be formed? I can only hope, but that's wishful thinking. The bounded field is already set up, and the magical energy needed to activate it is gradually accumulating. According to Archer's estimate, everything will be ready in about 8 days. When it's ready, either the master or servant will transform the school into a living hell. Then before that happens, we need to defeat the master lurking in this school. But it'll be challenging to find them. We've pretty much been at their mercy from the moment the bounded field was formed. The master just needs to wait until it's ready to be activated. They don't need to make themselves known until then. So the only chance we have is when they come out, right? Bingo. So you should stay quiet until then. You'll have to fight whether you like it or not when the time comes. And it'd be stupid to let the enemy find you. Were you to go searching for the master by yourself? The metallic sound of the school's bell rings out across the frozen rooftop. Lunchtime is over. That's all I've got right now. I have somewhere I need to go today, so go home by yourself. Try not to take any detours. Tosaka leaves with a casual, "Bye." This doesn't feel right to me. Learning that masters may attack other masters is enough to make me anxious, but a bounded field around the school? But now there's a possibility that innocent people might get dragged into this too. That's not what masters do. That's just what a mass murderer does. So I need to find whoever set this bounded field up before it's activated. Find them and destroy them utterly. Rejoice, Shiro Emiya. Your wish shall. I shake my head, trying to ignore the words that pop right into my mind. I never wished for this. Wishing for bad guys to show up so I can defeat them is not what I do. The end-of-day homeroom ends, and students start to file out of the classroom. Normally I would go to the student council room, but I decided to go home since Tosaka told me to. The gate is still locked. Oh, right. It's been a while since I came home this early. I usually help out doing odd jobs or go to a part-time job, so it's rare for me to come straight home from school. I usually find the gate unlocked and Sakura preparing dinner inside. I've gotten so used to that after a year, I've forgotten how important coming home early can be. Even the simple act of opening a locked gate makes me realize how thankful I should be for Sakura coming here. I'm home. I step into the hallway as I call out. The moment I enter the living room, I see the blonde girl. You You're back, Master. For a split second, as I see Saber, I feel like I've been hurled into a dream or some sort of fantasy. Shiro? Did you just get home? She calls my name in a quiet voice. I finally come back to reality. Oh, Saber. Sorry, you surprised me, popping up so suddenly like that. Just for an instant, I mistook her for a normal girl, rather than Saber. Oh, your orders were for me to stay here. Was I mistaken? Oh, no, I just got confused. Don't worry about it. But how are you feeling, Saber? You said you were going to sleep a lot, so does that mean now you're... There is no problem with me being awake now. Well, it would be ideal for me to sleep except when fighting, but that would leave me rusty. I should move around periodically, or my body will not be properly responsive when I most need it. Got it. You have a point there. You get a headache if you sleep all day, and I'm sure you're not sleeping because you're sleepy. Yes, that's true. I do not sleep because I get fatigued. But Shiro, did you say you get a headache when you sleep too much? Don't you? People don't typically do well if they sleep a good chunk of the day. In my case, I'll get woken up by a headache, so I can't sleep for more than half a day. Even sleeping for like 12 hours is... it's a lot. How strange. That never happened to me. I've always been able to sleep as much as I like, both now and in the past. That doesn't sound particularly efficient, Saber. Sleeping all day would be a waste. Wouldn't it be more fun to wake up and play if you weren't sleepy? You may be right. You waste less time that way. Right? You may have been forced to do this because you're with me, but once your contract with me ends, you should go back to your normal lifestyle and cycle. It may not be my place to say, but if this becomes a habit and you sleep all day, people might start thinking you're lazy. It may in fact be too late. Some may already see me that way. She thinks about it and furrows her brow. I thought this was just idle chit-chat, but Saber doesn't really seem to get jokes. We move to the living room. Saber looks like she wants to know what happened today, so I decide to tell her about the bounded field at school Tosuka warned me about. I'm talking about sleep reminds me it's maybe very slightly 1 a.m. Get some rest, James. Don't worry about it. We got ads coming up in about 2 minutes anyway. That's your out if you want it. You don't have to hang out here with me all the time. I always appreciate it though. Oh, sorry, I had an itch on my nose. But I like it here. Aww, thank you. You may feel free to let the dulcet tones of my voice lull you to sleep, if you so desire. Or don't. It don't have to be weird like that. I see. That master must be planning to use the people inside the school as a sacrifice. To be blunt, probably, yeah. Tosuka said it needs more time, though. I agree. Completing a bounded field that large should take a considerable amount of time. It is possible to enclose a school building, so it was most likely chosen to function in a manner similar to a temple altar. I believe it would take at least 10 days to fully activate a bounded field of that scale. 10 days. I felt something strange 2 days ago on Saturday, so that means we still have about 8 more days. That lines up with Tosaka's estimate. We're gonna take a break here for ads. I know I don't do that every stream, but on reading streams, it's easy to find a break point in time for ads, whereas when we're playing, like, action games, for example, it can be kind of tough. It's also good for me to take breaks during reading streams to kind of rest my voice a little bit, drink some water. Not that I'm not constantly drinking water during streams, but, you know. I might be the most hydrated streamer out there. It's kind of wild. I don't have a hydrate redeem because, like, it would be useless to you guys because I'm constantly taking sips. No, I don't have any like anything like that. I do just I make it a point before I start stream to fill up a shaker cup, and I'll usually get through one whole. They're what, 26 ounces, something like that. Yeah, about 25 ounces, and I'll usually drink one whole one during a stream, and a stream will usually run me 3 to sometimes 6 hours. Although if we do run 6-hour streams, I'll usually empty one and then go refill it in midstream. So I'm pretty well hydrated, if I do say so myself. I forget how many fluid ounces go into a cup. So I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly how much water I drink, but it's more than a lot of other chronically online people. I know that for sure. How much is that in non-freedom units? About 700 milliliters. It has it marked on. It has ounces marked on one side and milliliters marked on the other. I would not. I would. I do not know that the conversion off the top of my head. Right, so then 2 of those would be 1,400, which would be just shy of 1.5 liters, right? I don't know liters to gallons either. I don't know. I think I want to say 1.3, but I don't remember which is more. I don't know. Not super important. Anyway, we'll get back into it in a couple of seconds here. Ads are just wrapping up. It feels like we're starting to wind down toward the end of the day here. Yes. Whether that bounded field is meant to gather sacrifices or is intended to solidify the opponent's defenses, both will pose a problem for us if we permit its completion. We will need to find the master who created this bounded field before that happens. Yeah, Tosaka said it would be challenging, but it should be easy to identify someone if they're lurking in the school. We need to do everything we can to find them and make them stop the bounded field. The chances of them being someone from school are pretty high, considering where they set up their bounded field. A student or teacher. Starting tomorrow, I'll search the school as thoroughly as I can during lunch, and try to find anyone suspicious. Other than that, we'll need to figure out what kind of servant they have with them. 1 liter is about 1/4 of a gallon. Okay. Okay, so a liter's about 1/4. It's a little bit less than 1/4. Okay. So if I drink 1.5 liters, that's like 1.5 quarts. It's not a very pretty number, but 1.5 quarts would be slightly less than half a gallon. And it's slightly less than half a gallon. Not a pretty number. Excuse me. Other than that, we'll need to figure out what kind of servant they have with them. Then again, we'll only learn that once we found them. Then the only other thing I can do right now is to think about the servants I've encountered already. Saber's awake, so now's my chance to ask her about them. Okay then. Ooh. So, we encountered Lancer. He tried to kill us. He may or may not have succeeded. We encountered Archer. He also tried to kill us. Oh, can I not select these? Is it not letting me? I don't think it's supposed to. Oh, I can only ask about Lancer. That's weird. Hello? It's not. I can't think it. I think it's broken. What happened? Everything's fine. I don't think it doesn't seem like the game crashed. It's still running. Why can't I Oh. Okay. That was weird. I guess we're asking about Lancer. I don't know why it did that. That was very strange. That guy. Is this the work of an enemy stunned? I should ask about the very first servant I encountered. Lancer. It's my day. Saber fought against him, and it looked like she figured out who he was. Hey, Saber, do you know who that guy Lancer is? Lancer? Yeah, when you fought him off, you said something. Something about Ireland. So I thought maybe you figured out his identity. Oh, that is what you mean. This is a surprise. I never thought you would be interested in knowing servants' identities. Ireland mentioned, hell yeah! I was told it can give you an advantage. But why do you look so pleased, Saber? I am starting to see that you are willing to fight. We can come up with strategies to deal with opponents whose identities we know. Taking down opponents whose weaknesses we have found first is one of the fundamental tactics in battle. I don't intend to seek out someone to fight if they haven't done anything wrong, but it'll only derail the conversation if I bring that up now. So about Lancer's identity. From your tone, it seems like you know Saber. Yes. That red spear of his, those runes protecting his entire body, and his abilities focus so intently on survival. I have no doubts about that servant's identity. His true name is Cuchulainn. He is the great hero of Ireland who wields the demonic spear, the Gay Bolg. Cuchulainn. I've never heard that name. Then again, I don't know much about Irish mythology. So, is this Cuchulainn guy strong? He is not famous in this country, so his prominence may be diminished, but regardless, he still has more than enough power. His agility is unrivaled, and I believe his noble phantasm is the most suited for this war. His noble phantasm? Oh, you mean the spear. Now that I think of it, that thing was moving really weirdly. Is that what the Gay Bolg is all about? Most likely, yes. There are many variations of the legend of Gay Bolg. Some say it is a cursed spear that one kicks at one's target. Others say it is a demonic spear capable of growing 1,000 thorns the moment it pierces its enemies. Both of those things are true. Huh? That's two different legends, isn't it? So how can you call it a legendary weapon? Throwing with the foot and springing barbs into people are not mutually exclusive. It can do both of those things at once. There is more to that legend. There may be many legends of Gay Bolg, but each of them agrees that the spear always pierces the heart. I had always assumed that was based on the wielder's abilities rather than the weapons, but it seems I was mistaken. The demonic spear's identity, Gay Bolg, means Lancer's spear's ability is literally piercing the heart of his enemies. The moment she brings this up, I vividly recall the scene. That night. The spear thrust at Saber's feet had suddenly changed trajectory, heading straight for her heart instead. That means his spear is... Yes, it is a demonic spear that is guaranteed to pierce the opponent's heart when used. It either bends time and space or the law of causality to allow it to move like that. Though it probably is a combination of the spear's curse and Lancer's own abilities. There is no weapon better suited for single combat. It is exceedingly practical. Practical? What's that supposed to mean? Do you not understand? Lancer's spear may not be powerful enough to destroy something as large as a castle, but it is perfectly suited to kill a single human being. A noble phantasm consumes magical energy proportionate to its magnitude. A rank A noble phantasm consumes a massive amount of magical energy when used. Once it is used, it will take a tremendous amount of time to replenish that lost magical energy. However, to kill one person, nay, a single servant, no such destructive force is necessary. There can be no better tactical advantage than Lancer being able to do so with a single attack. So what you're trying to say is that it would cost less to shoot a single arrow than a cannonball. Correct. However, a single arrow would typically not be effective against servants. Ultimately, battles between servants require attacks more in line with the force of a cannonball. But Lancer's Gay Bolg, while it may only be like a single arrow, can potentially be fatal with just one strike, because it's not just a graze, but a fatal strike through the heart. Exactly. On top of that, it does not require much magical energy to deploy. The amount of magical energy consumed is so low, he could use his noble phantasm perhaps 7 times without needing to replenish his magical energy. That's exactly how many times he would need to use it. That is why his demonic spear is well suited for this war. An ordinary servant would require rest after a few battles, but Lancer has the potential to fight 6 opponents if need be. Though it would have to be single combat in his case. Which is what he's used to. Go read the Dainbo. Maybe I'll read it on stream sometime, that could be fun. I remember back in February we did some romance stuff for Valentine's Day. Maybe I could read some actual mythology, like from the text. Maybe we'll do that. In other words, he may not be a flashy servant, but he can manage a solid win. He was using a lot of unnecessary and impractical moves. He was toying with me when he fought me. That is true. Lancer appears to be a curious sort of person. He may have been quite heartless in history, but there was also a side of him you really could not hate. He wasn't heartless. Kohala was a great guy. And a terrible monster. I might agree, but I still shouldn't let my guard down. That guy stabbed me in the chest as casually as if he were just cutting grass. Neither Berserker nor Lancer are the type to hesitate about using the weapons they wield. So, about the other servants. Please wait, Shiro. Someone has entered the gate of this property. What? You can sense something like that? Oh crap, it's already so late. This is bad. Sakura must be back. The doorbell rings, and from the front entrance, I hear Sakura's voice. I'm coming in. Saber, sorry, but... Yes, I know. I will retire to my room, so please, do not mind me. Saber goes back to her room. Almost as if switching with Saber. I'm home. Good, good. You came home early, like I asked you to. Tosaka walks in, laden with shopping bags. Thank you for having me again, Senpai. It's rare for you to be home so early. Sakura walks in, smiling happily. Okay, everything is ready. I'm going to get started. Tosaka psychs herself up and heads to the kitchen. Senpai, about dinner tonight. You don't have to worry about it, since it's Tosaka's turn today. You prepared breakfast for us, so leave dinner to us. She and I will handle dinner while Tosaka's staying here. Oh, very well. If you say so, then I will have to oblige. Sakura quietly sits down. I hear a fiery, boisterous sound coming from the kitchen, but I see nothing of Tosaka. I guess I can trust her. I should stay in my room until dinner's ready, considering Saber's waiting there. I'm going to rest in my room. If Fujine comes, tell her she should prepare the bath herself for a change. Oh, okay. Please go relax, Senpai. I will come and get you once dinner is ready. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't forget to knock when you come into my room. It's a little before 6 o'clock. I figured dinner would be ready around 7 o'clock. I return to my room and find Saber sleeping in the room next door. Bummer. I thought I could talk to her a little more. I click my tongue with disappointment and sit down. Wait a minute, what am I thinking? There's nothing else I can talk to her about apart from the Holy Grail War. Besides, I don't know how to act around Saber. Oh well, if she's asleep, I'll just let her rest. I mutter to myself and stare at the hands of the clock. Last night, Saber, Tosaka, and I ate dinner. But today, Sakura and Fujine are in the mix as well, making it 5 people. Oh, actually, Saber can't join. As long as Fujine and Sakura are around, I can't have Saber come out of her room. I wonder if Saber ate breakfast. Last night, Saber was nodding while eating dinner. Based on her behavior, it's not like she doesn't need food. I didn't prepare lunch for her, so she must be hungry. Once Fujine and Sakura go home, I should warm up some dinner for Saber. She'll have to eat alone, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's just... imagining Saber eating by herself is making me mad. Shiro, are you awake? Tosaka knocks on my door and peeks her head in. Tosaka? What's going on? Nothing. Dinner's ready, so come on out. It's already that time? I pick myself up, glance towards Saber's room, and head into the hallway. Oh, there you are. Look at all the dishes. Can you believe it? Tosaka can cook Chinese cuisine, something that has long been absent from our menu. Fujine dances excitedly around the table, which is laid out with dinner. Now that she mentions it, it does all look to be Chinese dishes today. 4 big plates decorate the table. Crab meat with egg omelet, shredded beef with green peppers, a vegetable stir-fry with some fancy meat I've never seen before, and, for some reason, a plate full of steamed shumai. Oh, those peppers and beef sound really good. I'd like that. Not so sure about the crab egg thing. Not for someone who spends all their time on the ocean, I am not a big seafood enjoyer. Salad has been served on individual plates for everyone, and the setup seems to have been well thought out. It's pretty extravagant. Fujine loves it. This is a surprise. I thought you would make something Western. Oh, she did consider making Western dishes, but when I mentioned that no one in this household makes Chinese dishes, she volunteered to make some. Why would she set out to do something no one else does? Hey, Sakura, you and Tosaka came home at the same time. Did you two go shopping together or something? Yes, Miss Tosaka waited for me until the Kyudo Club's practice ended, and we decided to go shop for groceries on our way home. I had no idea. Looks like you two are closer than I thought. That may be true. Miss Tosaka speaks to me often at school, too. I don't know what made her take a liking to me, but she has been very kind to me ever since I came to this school. That's some very vague foreshadowing. Huh. So Tosaka really is a nice upperclassman. Enough yapping, let's eat! I'm so hungry. Fujine sits down excitedly. You heard her. You two should sit down. Chinese food gets criminally bad when it's cold. Tosaka sits down after she tells us to do the same. I sit down without a word. Everyone bows and thanks Tosaka for cooking, then starts eating. Oh, I hate to admit it, but it's good. I've never cooked Chinese food because I've always thought it all tastes the same. But Tosaka's dishes make me realize that it had all just been bias on my part, and I find myself regretting that. Wow, this is amazing! It's been a while since I've had a dish that goes so well with rice. Yep, I'm giving you full marks for this one. Thank you very much. I'm delighted to get such an honest opinion from someone like you. Yes, I also see Chinese food in a new light. I don't usually like eating spicy dishes, but this is delicious. Sakura looks pleased, seeming to enjoy the food too. After seeing everyone's happy faces, Tosaka... She turns to face me, her face triumphant. What? You look like you have something to say. Nothing. I'm just glad everyone liked it. Well, there's one person not being honest about his feelings, but it's amusing to me, so I'll let it slide. I understand how bad it must feel to be beaten at something you're so good at. I get it. You made me cook dinner last night because you wanted to assess my cooking. Okay. Today's lesson, never let anyone see your plans or potential. Tosaka returns to her food, looking exceedingly pleased with herself. Dinner's a bit livelier than I expected. Sakura and Tosaka are acting like good upper and underclassmen, and Fujine is now completely on Tosaka's side. All it took was some good food. Well, I have no complaints about getting to enjoy a good meal. There are no complaints, but I can't feel unreservedly good about sharing a meal with everyone here. I stand up. Are you going to the bathroom, Shiro? No, I just forgot something. I'm going to bring them out now, so wait. The moment I step out of the living room, I lock eyes with Tosaka, who's looking at me silently. I just didn't think it was right. That's why. I didn't like the fact that I was making her sit alone, even though she's living with us. So, without really considering the consequences of my actions, I take her hand. Shiro, what are you doing? Just come with me. I'm going to introduce you to everyone. Have you lost your mind? Please, wait, that's... I'm bringing you out because I am thinking straight. Come on, let's go. We can deal with whatever happens after. Wait, Shiro... I'm still dragging her along by the time we reach the living room. Sorry, Tosaka. Can you add one more plate for her? Tosaka doesn't object. But Fujine and Sakura are looking at Saber in confused astonishment. I know it's a little late, but I want to introduce her to you all. Her name is Saber, and I'm going to be taking care of her for a while. As you can see, she's a foreigner and not used to living in Japan, so please help her with that. Uh-oh. The two don't react. It's understandable, but I can't really find it in me to care right now. Come, sit over here, Saber. It's better when you eat with everyone. It is true that it would be more efficient, but there's no need to be bashful. You're going to be living with us from now on, too. If we're going to live together, we should eat together, too. Yes. If you say so, I will have to oblige. You can't do... You can't do that! My ears are ringing. What has gotten into you, Shiro? First you bring Tosaka here to stay, then now her too. When did this place turn into a hotel? What? It's fine, this place is as big as a hotel anyway, so it's no big deal to give up a room or two. If you're okay with Tosaka staying here, then Saber should be fine too. Of course not. I approve of Tosaka, but I know nothing about this complete stranger. Just who is this girl anyway? Who? She's a distant relative. I don't know the details about what happened to her, but she came here looking for help from my old man. I'm not buying a ridiculous story like that. Even if it were the case, why did she come to the Emiya house? There's no way Kiritsugu had acquaintances from other countries. She can't say that with any confidence, and she knows it. My old man traveled constantly, so he probably had more friends from other countries than in Japan. I can't say that for sure, but it still sounds fishy. So why did you come here? Well, that... You shush, Shiro. Saber, right? I'm asking you. Saber is silent. I don't blame her. Saber doesn't really have a backstory, and she's not cunning enough to go along with my lies. I do not exactly know. I was only following Kiritsugu's orders. I guess she does. So Kiritsugu entrusted Shiro to you? Yes, I was told to protect Shiro from his enemies. Ever so quietly. Saber says it with such straightforwardness and clarity. There's no room for anyone to protest. And even if it was really a lie, it will become the absolute truth in Saber's mind. Even Fujine can't argue with her. But... She stands up with a frown and glares right at Saber. Fine. If you are serious about this, I'll test your skills. Fujine drops this on Fujine drops this on us all out of nowhere. Oh, it's Tiger Dojo time, alright. And with the sound of whooshing wind, Fujine takes us outside. And then she takes the bamboo sword, a shinai, hanging on the wall, and continues glaring at Saber. Okay. Well, what the hell is Fujine thinking? You said you would protect Shiro, which means you must at least be somewhat disciplined, right? Are you telling me to take a sword? That's right. I'll accept this if you prove you're stronger than me. But if you're weak, I'm sending you back home. I do not mind, but I do not see the sense in this. I'm supposed to be the one who protects Shiro. I'm going to be right by his side until he grows up to be a man. Saber doesn't seem to fully comprehend what Fujine's intentions are. Then again, none of us do. Like I said, I don't need anyone weaker than me around. If you say you're stronger than me, you should be more dependable, right? And if you are, maybe I can entrust Shiro to you just a little. Fujine swings her shinai around with a pout. Understood. I just need to convince you, correct? That's right, but convincing me will be no easy feat. No sooner has Fujine said that than she practically leaps forward, rushing towards Saber, brandishing her shinai. Whoa, Fujine, this is ridiculous! She goes in for a surprise attack, even though she hasn't even given Saber a shinai yet. This tiger has no business calling herself a teacher if she's going to pull something like that. Saber stands there in a daze, taken aback by Fujine's surprise attack. Fujine swings for the body. Fujine tilts her head in confusion. Well, yeah. We're all dumbfounded and we're just watching, so it must be even stranger. Like the mystery of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon for Fujine, since she's the one who experienced it firsthand. Nasu, why would you bring up the Hanging Gardens of Babylon now? Why? You knew that would throw me. What? God, God, there's so much depth to Fate lore, dude. Kage, hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. What's going on? Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, my name is Conla Redleaf, aka Conla the Kingslayer, the Wandering Wolf Boy Warrior. Howoo! That was surprisingly clear. I was worried my voice was going to give out on me. I've been reading for a little while now. Thanks for the raid, Kage. I hope you were having fun with Sonic Adventure. You know I was there for the top half. I just posted my schedule. I'm going to be playing it later this week for the first time. So I didn't want to... I was lurking for a little while. I didn't want too many spoilers. I mean, I know a little bit about the game because it came out fucking forever ago, but, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for the raid. If you gotta go get some rest and grab some food, don't let me hold you up. But Raiders, if you want to stick around, we are reading some Fate Stay Night. We're kind of closing in on the evening, so we might not be running for too much longer, but yeah, I hope you guys can settle in and enjoy the story. If you don't know what's going on so far, it'll take kind of a lot to catch you up. So just kind of the basics of Fate Stay Night is 7 masters, 7 servants, secret Holy Grail war, and antics ensue. I got better at it and then being bad again because I got hung. Oh yeah. You get good at it because you're shaking off the rust, and then it all falls apart. I've been there. That might be why I'm hesitating to play Kingdom Hearts 2 on stream again. It's been a long time. I probably got it. If I do it on stream again, I might want to do a level 1 run. Maybe that's something for next year. I don't know. It's an idea. When you play it, I will be lurking. Aw. I hope I do it justice, I suppose. Alright. Also, Raiders, you've arrived at a wonderful moment because we're in the wacky antics portion. Whenever Taiga's on screen, you know shit is not serious. Saber's still standing. The only difference is that she's now holding the Shinai Fujine had in her hand a heartbeat earlier. For real? I don't know if this is for real, but it definitely happened. Saber isn't even holding the Shinai she took it in a ready position. Fujine is frozen in her tracks, right in front of Saber. Fujine is a kendo expert whose skill is supposedly unmatched. The experience probably made clear to her that Saber is on a completely different level. If you require me to take a ready stance, I shall, but I do believe you are skilled enough to realize I have already proved my point. She shrunk. She's crying. Oh no! Poor little big sis. Fujine staggers back and drops to her knees. The contest is over. Do you approve of me? Fujine slumps her shoulders and drops her head low. Just when I think she's about to retreat quietly. Aww, you big baby. Some weird girl took you away from me. This is some really good voice work. Fujine starts to cry so loud it starts to hurt all our ears. Oh man. In the end, it took 2 hours to calm Fujine down. Fujine gestured to Saber, saying, "We need to talk," and went into my old man's room. They were in there for 2 hours. She finally came out, looking unsatisfied, and mumbled, "I guess I've got no choice but to acknowledge her." She only nodded in resignation. Sakura, though, was silent the whole time. It was getting late, so Fujine wound up taking Sakura home, but Sakura didn't say a single word. She just bowed and went home. I'm going back to the outbuilding, then. That's all Rin said. Come to think of it, Tosuka's been quiet all this time, too. Sorry about that. I bet you're thinking I did something stupid again. Not really. The only thing you're doing is trying to add some unnecessary flab to your heart to make yourself feel better. If you keep on doing things like this, you're going to really get yourself into trouble. She waves goodnight and heads off to the outbuilding. I'm exhausted. I should probably sleep early today. Please wait, Shiro. I would like to ask you something. Sure, what is it? Why did you introduce me to everyone? I agree with Rin. That was unnecessary. No real rhyme or reason. I just didn't like how things were going, so I introduced you to everyone. Shiro, you did not answer my question. You must tell me what you didn't like. Saber draws closer to me. Was what happened tonight really so strange to her? How do I know? I was just eating, and I didn't like knowing that you were all alone. If anything, I just thought we'd have less secrets to worry about once Fujine and Sakura knew about you. That was most certainly futile then. Making them aware of my presence may well be detrimental. I am able to conceal myself in this house, so it would be better for me to simply remain standing by. Better? In what way? Is she saying she's better off being ostracized when the rest of us are all eating? That's not true. You may be fine with it, but I don't like it. It's not about logic or sense. I look away from Saber. I'm going to go to the shed, so go ahead to your room. She doesn't answer. I turn my back on Saber, who seems unconvinced by what I said, and make my way to the shed. I step outside. The tranquil yard is lit by pale moonlight. The winter sky is clear enough to see the stars above me. I sigh, hardly realizing I'm doing it. Tosuka's right. I'm contradicting myself. I'm heading to the shed to avoid Saber's room, but I don't want to leave Saber alone. I'm having a hard time interacting with Saber as a member of the opposite sex, but I can't ignore her on a human level. It's no wonder Tosuka gets disgusted with me and my contradictions. Crap. I thought I was only inexperienced with magecraft, but I'm also just generally immature too. I absent-mindedly look up at the night sky. The night drags on. My inexperience is all the more reason I can't skip out on my training. All I can do is to keep on believing that if I work hard enough, I might someday attain something. And that's gonna be it for tonight. Oh, whoosh. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna give Kage a shout out because I forgot to do that before when she came in. Not that anybody here doesn't already know Kage, but it's polite. So, that's another Mythos Monday down, and it's the very last one for 2024. Next time we come back to this will be next week and also next year. So thank you guys for joining me for the final episode of Mythos Mondays for now. Let me reiterate a couple of things. Actually, let me first of all unmute all of our stuff here. Alright, everything should be back online. Let's reiterate that Twitch bonus rounds, sponsored by Valorant, is still going on and will be going on until January 2nd. So if you want to gift any subs to your favorite streamer, 5 or more gets you bonus gifted on top of what you gave. So, not just for me, but for everybody on the platform. If you feel like hanging out, or if you feel like being generous, then more power to you. Never a requirement, but it always warms a streamer's heart, I would know. Tomorrow will be on later than usual. We'll be celebrating the new year together. I got a couple of ideas for stuff to do, as well as we've got a collab on later in the night with a couple of new friends, so I hope to see you guys there. We'll be ringing in the new year together. That'll be a fun time. I think my parents might drag me into a little celebratory something too, but we'll see. I know my brothers are all out going partying, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. But until then, how about I send you guys off on a little raid somewhere? I think there's a lot of people on tonight. Let's see. I think I saw Putty Tat. No, maybe not. What are you doing? We do have a lot of people playing a lot of things tonight. Let's see. I really don't know who we want to raid this evening. Maybe. Let's see. I don't know if this will work out. I don't know everybody's raid settings. Okay. Tonight, I'm going to send you guys over to Vexoria the Sun Eater. Vex is a snake VTuber. She's inspired heavily by the Egyptian mythology, Apophis or Apep, hence Sun Eater, and she's currently collabing with Nouvelle, who is the same person, although a different character, as Trickywe, who is also a VTuber heavily inspired by Egyptian mythology, and if I'm not mistaken, is actually Egyptian in descent, so that's just super cool because, you know, I have some Irish heritage, so I take a lot of inspiration from the Irish hero Cuchulainn in my design and my namesake. So I love when people make themselves into just like a character, you know, it is super cool. Vex is not someone that I watch on the regular, but they are doing a little special event, so I hope you guys enjoy your time over there. There's your raid message. Copy it, spam it lovingly in Vex's chat. Be nice, have fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our New Year's Eve special. Sayonara.